8:30 a.m. this Sunday morning, November 15th, 2025. Excuse me, correction, it's the 16th. Still early morning. Very loud rumbler has just roared overhead and leaving the vicinity. I was busy tending to the critters this morning, so I was not able to get this recording as quick as I wanted to, but oh well, no problem. Quite chilly out here this morning. We've had quite a drastic drop to our daytime temperatures now. Of course, we got this here, and seeing as how there's really nothing else to record otherwise, let's go ahead and drop down the lighting here. And even though we are viewing between the leafless branches of the trees right nearby, I'm already seeing signs of this anomaly, if you will. Placing my polarized sunglasses and the lens there up to the lens of the camera, looks like we're seeing some other type of coloration appearing at the 12 o'clock positioning. At least that's what I am seeing currently. Let's see if we can find a better location to continue on. Alright, I've slid over ever so slightly for a little bit more of an opening. We do have a few sporadic so-called clouds. I'm going to once again incorporate the lenses. Mind you, this is not an exact science here, but anyways, we've got the lens up here. Well, we'll try it. It's a little bit different. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, possibly. Well, to help if my fingers were not all over the screen here. Alright, zooming in through the polarized lenses, dropping down our external lighting here. Let's go ahead and flip these back around. And yeah, of course we're more than likely blurred out, are we not? And I'm hearing signs of yet another aircraft. And if it comes into our viewing, we'll go ahead and record that. But anyways, this is what we got right here. And yeah, I am hearing it, but more than likely it's going to be one of those so-called no-see-ums. Although it is quite audible. And here's one of those so-called sporadic clouds that I'm speaking of. Well, we got something right up overhead here. Well, I don't know what that was, some kind of a white bird or so it appeared. Where'd you go? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's flying off back here, whatever it is. And no idea where that aircraft is or where it flew off to. But anyways, I am numbing up rather quickly. We are only to be a high of 40 degrees Fahrenheit today. And yeah. So I'll go ahead and post this. It's nothing great, nothing grand. But that's pretty much how this day has actually begun, as well as with a lot of issues just even attempting to try to watch anything on this platform due to signal connectivity and all that. And what's happening there, anybody's guess anymore. All I can state once again is nothing is the same since they brought about this nonsense known as artificial intelligence. And right now, you know, I'm actually looking forward to more than likely quite the chaotic week ahead. And, you know, keeping my fingers crossed it's not going to be the same for you people out there, but, you know, life is just so grand, I'm telling you what. Not complaining, though. There's just so much stupidity is now being reported and going on. It's not even really worth paying attention to anymore. And yet I'm hearing another jet aircraft. But I'm not planning on focusing in on anything like that today. This is enough. We'll end it here. Take care. Have a great one. Thanks for watching. Continuing on 9 a.m. this Sunday morning. I'm not too pleased over how my previous recording came out, so we are going to attempt a viewing on this greater light once again. And once again, as I come out here, there's sounds of a jet aircraft flying overhead. And again, we do have a couple of sporadic clouds, if you will. Not sure where the jet aircraft is, but once again, day like today, it's going to be those no-see-ums. In other words, aircraft flying over without identifiable contrails, if you will. Now, I'm also going to take the opportunity not only to view in on this once again, but to provide some information pertaining to my hometown, which is only but a few miles south of this location here. And some irritating factors that have taken place recently. When I was a child, and just uphill basically from where my family lived while in town of a town known as Otsego, Michigan. I used to frequent one of the parks. There's one of our circle jerkers. At least it appears as though it could be one of them. But anyways, I used to frequent this park known as Northside Park. It was one of my childhood haunts. And, oh, there he is. Whether we're in focus and able to see him. Looks like Red Baron. But anyways, Northside Park basically really did not have too much to offer in the way of recreational apparatus in the playground of the park. But over the years, other structures were made, and just not all that long ago, one of the structures had been burnt down through arson, and it made our local headline news. But now we have another situation that is currently unfolding over an investigation of human remains being found on this property of a house that, well, I can't say acquainted with, but it's been very well known to me for many, many years, as this house has always had this strange vibe that has come from it. Rarely ever would there be any vehicles seen around this house and its location, but it kind of stuck out like a sore thumb because of its location and because of its surroundings. And it's, like I said, it's always, for me, carried a very strange vibration. And now we have this situation to where, once again, human remains have been found there. My hometown is really starting to make the news, if you will. But of course, that kind of goes hand in hand and parlays with Michigan and how often that has been in national headline news for many, many reasons. And, you know, of the channel Jessica Messner is watching this. Yes, I came across your post, and no, I have not put in my 2 cents worth, if you will, but you know, you can't fix Michigan. It's gone to hell in a handbasket. There's no going back. There's too many influencing powers that have been involved for far, far too many years. Politicians are not going to do anything but muck it up just that much more. You know, but that's just my personal opinion over the situations at large here in Michigan. And of course, you know, through the pandemic era, if you will, and the nonsense that we had to endure here in Michigan. Just wait for the next one to roll out, right? Once again, there's just no going back. And I'm not for certain how well this is picking up anything. Once again, we're going to dim this down, come back over, because, you know, I am seeing more than just one anomaly anymore, and I'm not even sure if this is picking up anything or not. We're just out here monkeying around, seeing what we can see. But anyways, I think I've stated what I wanted to state. I'll provide a link if you're interested in what is transpiring about these human remains at this strange brown house that once again has always stuck out like a sore thumb to me. And I don't know. Very strange. And yes, here I'm hearing another aircraft flying overhead. And again, you know, I'm not even going to try to locate or target any of these crafts that are flying over. Actually, once again, I'm getting quite the chill factor kicking off. And I believe it's just time for me to head back in, warm myself, and combine these two recordings together, get them posted. If there's anything else that should happen to come through and become recordable throughout today, I shall do my best to record and share, but otherwise, I'm not at this point believing I will have much other content for this day. So once again, take care, have yourselves a great one, and thanks for watching. 9:30 a.m. Yeah, I decided to wander back out here. Looked out the window and seen the increase of cloudiness that is starting to kick off out here, and I figured, okay, let's go ahead and do this once again. And of course, upon walking out here, I'm hearing aircraft, right? And before it does get far too cloudy, I am going to go ahead and once again attempt to record whatever we can as far as this greater light, because again, I am seeing more than just one so-called anomaly around this light, and we are going to go ahead, and that is using one pair of sunglasses. And again, we got to make this quick here. Here's another pair, okay? This is a different pair of sunglasses that I'm using before this structure should cover the light. And now I've been spotted by one of the kittens I should say. And I've got one down below my legs. And we have this cloud covering that is going to interfere now. And as far as just one final note, I am going to still attempt to bring out my hours-long presentation of what I wanted to come out with as far as the Ghost of Delaware Mine, and I'm basically a trip down memory lane in my life. Oh, well, hey, buddy. Oh, it's my buddy Spirit that's come down here. Hi, hi, buddy. Long time no see, right? Yeah. Hi, buddy. Yeah. What you got hanging from your mouth here? There we go. We got that off. Come here, buddy. You want a treat? Huh? Huh, my man? Yeah. All right. Well, we can try to hook you up. Okay. So, anyways, but yeah, I'm going to have to redo a little bit to my presentation, and I've been getting flip-flopped as far as anything pertaining to copyright claims and issues surrounding the song that I want to play. And of course, I'm having issues with my turntables, so I'm going to try to do another recording if my turntable will comply. And I don't know, we'll go from there, but otherwise, that's basically my content that I'll be coming out with as far as what I have planned. But I got this little buddy of mine that's rubbing up on my legs quite severely, and so I think I'll go ahead and spend a little bit of time, even though he picks some of the strangest times to come up to visit. Always cold and just yuck. But anyways, once again, I will see if I can come out with anything decent, and the overall presentation is lengthy, like I said, good 50 minutes to an hour. We'll just kind of go from there, see what comes about. And yeah, sorry for the fault endings, but it is what it is, and it is what it shall be. So again, and very repetitive, yeah, repetitious in nature for me to say, but Take care. Have yourselves a great one. We'll see you once again back here on this flip side, except given point in time. Thanks for watching.